Ladies and gentlemen, now the NFL draft is over. Let's talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars trading up from the 5 spot to the 2 spot, making a bold, impactful pick in Travis Hunter, the Shohei Ohtani of football. He can play it on both sides. He can cover your best wide receiver, and he can also score on your best defender. Let's get into this one. First and foremost, the Jacksonville Jaguars are a small market team. They're the 26th most valuable NFL team. Out of 32 teams, they're the 26th most valuable. They're valued at $4.6 billion. And also to add to the damage, they have 0 NFL championships. Hey, some brief history, some brief background on Travis Hunter, man. He's a spectacular player. Like I said, man, he's the Shohei Ohtani of football. I mean, he started out at Jackson State being recruited by Hall of Famer cornerback Deion Sanders. Then he transferred over to Colorado with Deion Sanders, also in Deion Sanders' quarterback son, Shedeur Sanders, and he went to Colorado and they took the world by storm. Matter of fact, he ended up winning the Heisman Trophy for doing something that's just so unprecedented, so generational. He's a generational talent. Nobody has really done it at that high of level. You got to go back to like when their pictures were black and white. For an athlete that has done it like that, playing high level at a cornerback in receiving position, is spectacular. And now he's the number 2 pick. The Jacksonville Jaguars had to make a splash by drafting this guy, and it's purely amazing. From a market standpoint, it was a no-brainer to draft Travis Hunter. He has 2 million followers on Instagram. He's the cover athlete of EA College Football 25. 2 million followers compared to what they have on Instagram. Compared to the Jacksonville Jaguars, not even hitting 1 million yet. Travis Hunter doubles their following amount, but with Travis Hunter, you know that they're going to get to that million mark. They're going to get more likes, a lot more clicks, a lot more shares, and a lot more highlights because of his electric touchdowns and electric dancing that he's going to be doing when he's in the NFL. Another reason to give of why the Jacksonville Jaguars needed to make a splash in the 2025 NFL draft, they have no winning culture. They have 0 Super Bowls. They have 0 AFC championship wins. They cycle through coaches. They just fired their last coach and they went 4-13. Their last NFL playoff victory was in 2017. It's almost a decade ago. So they need a sense of winning culture, and hopefully drafting Travis Hunter is in the right steps of doing that. From a game plan standpoint, the Jacksonville Jaguars need to make a splash in the 2025 NFL draft. They had the 2nd worst offense in the NFL. They gave up over 6,000 yards to opposing offenses. They needed to address that with a cornerback, and drafting Travis Hunter, the top lockdown cornerback, great addition. On the offensive side of things, they lacked playmaking. They lacked electric plays. Now you pair him up with Travis Etienne, Brian Thomas Jr., Travis Hunter, and then with a healthy Trevor Lawrence, that offense looks very promising, very special, and it's very a youth movement. There's promise for the future, and then add on with the new head coach of Leon Cohen, good things can probably happen. But that's why they needed to make that splash in the draft, drafting Travis Hunter. Big risk, big reward. There are a multitude of questions I have to ask the Jacksonville Jaguars. Like, how are they going to capitalize on Travis Hunter's star power nationally? They're a small market team, and they want to be known nationally. They want to be a powerhouse team. They want to be known like that is the Jacksonville Jaguars. That is Travis Hunter. Buy his jersey. How are they going to leverage that? How are they going to be more known by drafting Travis Hunter? How are they going to capitalize on that? Because he's the most electric prospect in this 2025 NFL draft, and I know that had to be one of the reasons of why they drafted him. But it's up to them to maximize his star power ability if they want to be known nationally. And this is one of their guys, and they need to do it and they knew to do it very strategically. Another question that needs to be asked. One of the first big shocking moves that happened in the draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars traded up. They had the 5 position in the NFL draft. They traded up. They traded away 4 NFL draft picks. They gave away their 2026 first rounder for Travis Hunter. Did they make the right call? Or did they sacrifice way too much? Only time will really tell. But they invested a lot. They believe a lot in him, and hopefully this is the right call because I believe he's generational. But only time will tell, and we'll see. I mean, if you want to make big moves, you have to take big risks, and this was the big risk that they had in the draft, and let's see if it pays off with the GM making this move. The last question I have for the Jacksonville Jaguars is I know there's been talks of him playing cornerback and receiver in the NFL. It's never been done before. And if the Jacksonville Jaguars do plan to have that happen, and that's something that Travis Hunter wants to happen, he says, I want to play both sides. There's nothing that's going to change my mind if they do have that happen. How are they going to pay this guy? Are they going to pay him like a wide receiver, which commands more money than a quarterback? Are they going to pay him like a cornerback, or are they going to pay him entirely different? That's going to like shock the NFL market. And will that change how people are playing in college football? They're going to be more people playing cornerback and wide receiver because Travis Hunter is getting a special new contract because he plays both sides of the ball, or the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to lowball him and pay him like a cornerback, or they're just going to pay him a special deal. He's going to be the highest paid player, position player. Only time will tell, or they are just not going to risk paying this guy at all, and they're just going to let him walk because that doubles the chances of injury because he's playing all game on both sides of the ball at a high level. Only time will really tell, but that's a problem. That's a future problem I see with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they need to address that after his rookie contract. I'm very interested to know how that will play out. My final thoughts on the Jacksonville Jaguars trading up to draft Travis Hunter is they're a small market team and they need to make big market moves. And this was a big market move. You get the most electrifying player and you make that risk and you deal with it and you hope that the future will be bright. And that's what they did. There's heavy competition. For them to grow, they need to take risks. Heavy competition in the Florida area. Not only at the pro level with the Miami Dolphins, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but collegiately. You got the Miami Hurricanes, you got the Florida Gators, you have Florida State. You have to make big market moves. And one of them is Travis Hunter, and hopefully they can maximize the marketability of this guy. They can go in a new direction, and people nationally will recognize the Jacksonville Jaguars. A lot of people will be wearing his jersey, and they'll be having a lot of recognitions throughout the league. That's my final thoughts on it, and I believe they have a chance with Travis Hunter, and that's the way to go.